Hillary Clinton laying out her plan to jumpstart the small business economy, proposing new tax deductions and incentives to get America's small businesses back on track. Joining me right now, Trump economic advisor Steve Moore, along with Democratic strategist John Rowley. John, I'll start with you. So what kind of tax breaks is she thinking of, and how small a business do you have to be to get it?
Well, I think it's a brilliant move to focus on small business for Hillary Clinton. I mean, when you think about this, whether it's economically or politically, small business owners are a good base. It's a swing base. It's an independent part of the party, and it's also
okay. You haven't told me how much the tax cut's going to be, because apparently Hillary Clinton hasn't told us how much the tax cut's going to be. She still hasn't told us what tax bracket she wants to tax people at in the 8 different brackets she has put forward, because there are no details.
Well, I think in the next couple days and Thursday she's going to roll that out. But I think it's going to be an incentive for small businesses and innovation. And I think from a political standpoint, it's going to be good because entrepreneurs around the country, especially when you start thinking about the tech sector and the high growth sector, they don't have any connection with the Trump and Tea Party wing of the Republican Party.
There's a lot of theoretical stuff in here. You know, it kind of cracks me up because you just, in fairness, now I'm just playing fair and square. The mainstream media has gone after Donald Trump's programs over and over and over again. His policies, Steve Moore, saying there aren't enough details in there. Take a look at this one. Okay, streamline the process of starting a small business, improve access to financing, provide new tax relief and simplifications, incentivize health care benefits, ensure the federal government is more responsive. I mean, I want to talk about theoretical, right?
That's called pablum. Pablum. And, look, let's start with the main reason that Hillary is not pro-small business. She wants to raise the tax rates on small business. Now, she may be talking about some credits for this business.
She said we're going to provide new tax relief. I mean, she hasn't told us what the tax relief is, and simplification.
Yeah, but here's the problem. She wants to raise the capital gains tax up to as high as 45%. How are small businesses financed? A lot of them need to go to seed capitalists, provide the seed capital to put the money in. If you're going to raise the capital gains tax, they're going to be much more risk averse to providing the funding for those companies. Second of all, Donald Trump's plan, as you know, Trish, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, is to cut the business tax rate for every business. All 25 million small business women and men who start businesses, 15%.
But by the way, let me just point out once again,
Hillary, she wants to raise it to as high as 48%.
John, we know the rate. He said, I want to cut all taxes to 15%. Why can't she give us any details at all?
Well, she's going to roll her plan out on Thursday. I think this is a preview of the plan, so let's wait and see.
But wait a second. She already rolled out her economic plan. It included 8 tax brackets, but she never bothered to say what the actual brackets would be.
Well,
I mean, I just don't know how you run for president and don't put that information forward. When's Donald Trump going to roll out his small business initiative? I mean, he hasn't. His main small business initiative has been to screw contractors who worked for him, file for bankruptcy 4 times, and hundreds and hundreds of people lost their jobs and dozens lost their businesses. So, yes, we can't wait to put him on the hand of the rudder of our economy and help small business people. Again, in all fairness, he rolled out a plan and included a 15% tax for all businesses, which is drastically lower than what we see right now. Go ahead, Steve.
Don't forget, we also have the deregulation. Hillary is pro-regulation. All she attacked Donald Trump on saying, he wants to take away regulations. Yes, we want to take away regulations because, Trish, every time we have had meetings with small business owners, whether in manufacturing or retail or transportation, what they say is the regulations from Washington under Obama are killing them. Hillary, I mean, name any regulation, one, that Hillary wants to get rid of. I can't think of one.
Well,
it's the bureaucracy, it's the red tape. She does say she wants to ensure that the federal government is more responsive. She wants to improve access to financing. So in theory, she wants to cut back on some of the regulation that is making it so onerous for small businesses, but she doesn't actually say it.
For entrepreneurs and innovators, they want someone who's forward-looking and in the modern era. So much of what Trump has been talking about is backward-looking economic policy. And when you hear him talk about immigration, which this impacts people and entrepreneurs and small business people on all rungs of the economy,
John,
I mean, Trump has had a backward-looking message from day one.
I'm curious, what is the backward-looking economic policy that you think is being advanced by him?
Everything he's ever said about immigration, from the time he went down the escalator to what he talked about this week.
Left of Obama's. That's her economic policy. In an effort to try and bring in still all those Bernie Sanders supporters and unify the party, she has moved to the left of Obama. And Steve Moore,
Obamonomics has been an utter failure, especially when you look around the country in some of these inner cities.
Wait,
no. All right, stop it right there. I love that one. The stock market. The stock market, Steve. Should we actually credit Obama with the stock market? Or is that, in fact, just contributing to the income inequality that the left likes to talk about, because the Federal Reserve has been the only game in town and has deliberately kept interest rates as low as they have now for a record number of times,
wait to hear this
thereby
answer.
benefiting people with capital,
Blame Obama
John,
for record stock market.
benefiting people with capital at the expense of the rest of America.
Look, the stock market has done well. There's no question about it. Every other statistic on the economy that affect real middle-class people and small businesses has been a disaster. So,
job growth
let me give you one. Let me give you your one example, and you explain this one to me. This is the first recovery we've ever seen, as far as records go back, where more small businesses have failed than have been started. This is a president who says he's pro-small business, and yet we're getting more failures than startups. Trish, that's not a small business agenda.
Well, the bottom line is that business people are scared to death of Donald Trump being a president because of the instability he would bring to our economy and the world markets.
I can tell you, I talked to a lot of
Why did the National Federation of Independent Business? They love our tax plan, Trish.
It's a Republican organization.
I'm just going to leave it with this. I talked to a lot of business people and a lot of CEOs, and they like what they hear when they hear less regulation and lower taxes, and they think this is exactly what is needed to unleash the prosperity in this economy.
Hillary is the candidate of Wall Street and big business.
Got to leave it there. Steve, John, thank you so much. Good to see you.